What's up, family? Welcome back to another legendary reaction video. Let's go. We got Cheryl Reeve got ejected from Team USA. That's crazy.
I told him I thought defensively we played, again, mostly well enough to win. Our offense is putting so much pressure. When I met with Glenn to kind of talk about really from the 2019 offseason to prepare for the 2019 season, from that point where we analyzed the coming drafts and we talked about free agency and what was our path, what was our best path.
Cheryl Reeve is likely assessing her team's defensive performance, indicating they played well overall, but possibly had areas needing improvement.
Kind of getting everybody, here for the first time. We practiced a couple of times and play a game that we knew, was going to be loaded with talent, and we weren't good at what we were trying to get done defensively, but we also know there's really good offensive players on the other side. Sometimes we played great defense, and it didn't matter. And what did I learn about them? I don't necessarily know the answer to that just yet. I'm going to learn in the coming, weeks.
This is interesting. She over here talking about 2019. She need to talk about the present. Got Caitlin Clark in the building. She trying to act like ignorant about it. Like she ain't got no knowledge that she the best in the building. Come on, bro.
What did we learn from tonight, and how can we use it to fuel us and be introspective about, buy into what we're trying to get done, and how we all can collectively do better, and use tonight's experience to be able to, put us in a position to be successful as the last time when this team lost in 2021.
Reeve is referring to the process of assembling her team or bringing players together, possibly at the beginning of a season or after new players have joined the team.
Official announcement has not been made by USA Basketball, so it'd be premature for me to have any conversations about any player or anything.
For 7, over 15. Look it, she's a rookie playing on the biggest stage, this All-Star game. They're probably gonna break records as far as views. Attendance you already talked about. She's a rookie, 10 assists. Kelsey Plum was Gardner like it was game 7. It's the All-Star game.
The rookie
Facts,
player
bro. Facts. She had them on their toes, bro.
as performing on a prestigious stage, such as an all-star game, which is known for featuring top talent in the sport.
So, yeah, I think some of the challenges, and I told a group, you certainly don't want to make excuses because we've all played basketball for a long time, but I'm big into muscle memory, and the muscle memory of a lot of our players playing for their existing teams that they just finished playing for. And then you come in and you spend 2 days, you're not going to be able to, to be able to instinctively get to those places if it's different than what you've been doing. And so we've got to very, very quickly replace,
Bro, at the end of the day, when you're great, greatness just adjusts. No matter the circumstance, they adjust and they get to it and they execute, bro. Like, you trying to make excuses for the team that you didn't let. You didn't build a team to its fullest potential because you left some greats out of it. And so now you're sitting here trying to create a legitimate stance that's not even substantial enough because at the end of the day, you left Caitlin Clark and Andrew Reese out of it. And now you're trying to generalize it and make it like, oh, well, if you've been doing the same thing on your pre-existing teams or your existing teams that you've been on before you came to Team USA, you're not going to quickly adjust. Greats get to it. They do it. They get to it. They adjust. And that's just part of life, bro. So I don't know what muscle memory have to do with adjusting. Because at the end of the day, muscle memory only stands from player to player in regards of their skill sets, their strengths and their weaknesses, the muscle memory of how they utilize their strengths to overcome their weaknesses as they build up on their weaknesses to be stronger than what they were. Like, what are you talking about?
things that you do for other teams. And obviously, I think more of a collective effort defensively. We had a lot of one-on-one, little help, little rim protection. We do not want to give up, 60 points in the paint, right? That is not the plan. And so that to me was our greatest disappointment, in that we were kind of
Oh,
in.
that's your problem because you don't got a big. Bro, I don't know why they selected this darn team, Team USA. Nobody checked for the women's basketball in regards to Team USA anyway. And on top of it, y'all have greatness in y'all hands. And y'all fumbling, bro. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like,
Man all-star game phase, like it was a little bit better than, we played a little more defense than a normal all-star game, but that's what it felt like. We come out and just played. We didn't come out and like really compete to say we have a certain identity we're trying to play to. And I got to figure that out. I got to help them get there.
Reeve is acknowledging there were challenges her team encountered, which she may not have fully communicated to the group or players yet.
I think it's more of, it's the official announcement has not been made by USA Basketball, so be premature. Yeah, I've had the great fortune to be a part of it when they were young. Stewie's first time when she was in college, and Asia when she was young and establishing herself, and it is incredible. And I just said this to Asia the other day. It is incredible how much those two, number one, have improved every year, have added something. It's incredible, the levels that they both play at. But more importantly, and importantly for this team, the leaders that they've become. I think the learning experiences at a younger age, right? And now the torch gets passed. There's no longer a Sue Bird, somebody like that. That there's a space there, and both of those players are, I think, prepared to embrace that, and that'll be important for our team's success.
Reeve is reflecting on her past experience, mentioning that she has been fortunate to be involved with USA Basketball from earlier stages in the careers of some individuals or teams.
that's what I'm talking about. Like, things are evolving and she's still on 2019, bro. Like, what is going on? Like, bro, are you in the present? Do you not realize how valuable and how the trajectory has changed and it's beneficial, and y'all not zoning in on totally leveraging the advantage that y'all have now to make the face of the WNBA even better? Like, bro, I don't understand. It's like she's being an old hag stuck in her old ways instead of embracing the evolving times. And the individuals who are basically the face of your league right now that you're coaching for, or the face of the league that you're coaching in, so to say. Like, what are you doing, bro? Angel Reese is a big. Caitlin Clark, come on, bro. Like, Caitlin Clark is a complete package, complete player, competitive to its competitiveness form, like in its furthest extent, fullest extent.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to come in here and compete. We knew we needed to make the Olympic team, help them prepare for Paris. So that was our goal. We knew they were going to compete, so we competed too. And then I think we were down 2 points at halftime, but then we started the third quarter really, really strong. And I think that kind of set the tone for the second half. And we didn't really look back. And then Enrique got.
Bro. And they got to get rid of Reeves, and they going to get rid of Reeves, and they should get rid of Reeves. As you can see, this title say they got rid of Reeves. As I'm watching this video, and they need to put Caitlin Clark in there, bro. Time is ticking, bro. Y'all, I don't know what y'all doing, bro.
Got on fire.
One of the greatest competitors that the league or women's basketball has ever seen, or sports have ever seen. One of the all-time greatest competitors. It's a player that we have loved to hate as the opponent, but that means you are really, really doing something great. And, it's been a thrill for me to be around her all these years in this capacity. And I'm thrilled to have a chance to be a head coach and Coach D at this level. So it's a great honor for me. Well, of course, I'm super proud. I do have a USA Basketball polo on today, so I full on have shifted. Incredibly proud of that Fee is on this journey with us, and I've had a chance to have K-Mac a part of this and then the pool play, so that was really fun. And now going against K-Mac, we're hopeful that she plays well. we're gonna treat her just like everybody else, right? That we're playing against. We want to play great. USA Basketball wants to play great. If K-Mac happens to do well, we'll be happy for her. This will be one of the single hardest things to concentrate on is actually coaching the team because of what's happening.
Okay, what's happening? Elaborate on that. I really want to, I hope she elaborates on it. Because she know, we know, I know, we all know, family, what's happening, right? And I feel like she's being a hater, petty, and in denial about
It
it.
is one of the greatest spectacles, I think, in the history of our league, this game today.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really exciting. And so I'm going to do my very, very best to block out all of that and all the wonderful.
Why would you want to block out that greatness? Bro, you going out sad, bro. And you putting yourself in a deeper, deeper, deeper hole. And she didn't even have the audacity to acknowledge. Let's see if she'll even acknowledge Caitlin Clark. Let's continue.
Storylines that are going to come from this. I'm going to miss a lot that's going to happen today because I want to be so locked in on what we're trying to get done with USA Basketball. And we are looking for an understanding of how we want to play. We are looking for lineups. We are looking for coaches understanding players and how to bring out the best in them. So we're trying to accomplish a lot today in all the hoopla that's going to be happening.
Despite being admired for their competitive prowess, Reeve acknowledges that this player might have been a challenging opponent to face.
No, I mean, they're really good. They have plenty of talent on that team. They were perfectly fine in the Olympics. Like, I think if anything, it shows how good this league is. Like, it shows how much talent is in this league. This is a great opportunity to, help prepare them for Paris. And, I'm going to be supporting them and cheering them on. Like, I love the Olympics. I've loved the Olympics ever since I was a young kid, and they're going to be just fine. They're going to win gold and dominate. So I'm not worried.
Yeah, I mean, I think the challenge certainly is, the runway to competitive play, right? And so this game actually being a really important step in our process, having one more friendly over in London and then beginning pool play. And this is the first time that we've had this group. The team was.
I just find it very, very crazy or wild that Caitlin Clark acknowledges them, respects them so much, and humble and love her demeanor, love how she carry herself with such class. Um, and I just didn't appreciate how Cheryl Reeves, she gave Cheryl Reeve the utmost respect, the whole Team USA, and even acknowledged iron sharpening iron, right? Willing to play any role if it helps to get them better, even if she's not a part of it. And she's the greatness. Like, she's all that in a bag of chips, talking about Caitlin Clark, right? But Cheryl Reeve indirectly acknowledged Caitlin Clark without even saying her name respectfully. And that's what bothers me. I don't know if it bothers you guys, family. Comment down below, but for real.
Announced the final roster. And so we're not quite sure exactly what we have yet, but we have to get to it quickly. The advantages that we have, or the advantage that we have, the largest one is our depth, the depth of talent. And so I am sure we want to use our depth. And so playing time, we're going to be able to be deep and play everybody. That's hard to do in 40 minutes with 12 players, but we are going to utilize our depth and trying to figure out best combinations, trying to figure out what we're trying to accomplish defensively.
Well, that's always going to be a thing with basketball, right? Because every team that you face opponent-wise is different. So you're always going to have to give a little bit of more of something and take away a little bit of something else. It's a give and take type of game. It's a back and forth effect type of game. Just like we love as fans the intensity of the back and forth gameplay, the rivalry of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, right? So what are you really talking about? Because the only thing I feel like she's talking about is just generalizing the game of basketball that we all know what that's about, but not acknowledging the greatness that's being already, the greatness that's taking place right now that should have been highly considerable and should have took place in regards of the action that she's constantly ignoring, which is Caitlin Clark should have been on Team USA. Angel Reese should have been on Team USA. Like, what are we doing? It sounds like, oh, I just got a group of my people that I know since they were younger and they made progress year after year, and that's who I want to hang with. But it doesn't seem like you want to be as strong as a Team USA from a WNBA standpoint as it seemed to help the business and the league international. It's like they're comfortable with the league being what it was instead of embracing what it is. Caitlin Clark is paying the bills, bro. Literally. Private jetting it. Help y'all elevate to something y'all never seen before in the league. That's like biting the hand that's feeding you, bro. I don't understand this woman.
Pairs well together. That has to happen very quickly.
Reeve is emphasizing the high skill level and abundant talent of the team she's discussing.
And you have to look beyond what actually happened on the court. I mean, she is, again, responsible, and not solely, other players are too. But Caitlin is the mover. She is the most responsible for the rise in interest in the WNBA and the rise in interest in this All-Star game. So you have to look at everything she contributed here.
How do you characterize the level of competition you expect to see tonight? I mean, this is not going to be a standard All-Star game for people who tune in tonight, is it?
No. First of all, hello, Chris. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. This is such a great game for USA basketball because
the former.
My man got straight to it. He wanted to ask her the questions real quick because he probably flabbergasted by this. He probably standing on what I'm standing on in regards to the stance and how I feel. Like, yeah.
Because of the level of competition,
The crazy
and we
part
are going
is,
to experience
sorry,
adversity.
This the crazy part. This Team USA versus All-Star WNBA team probably going to be the most strongest ratings that WNBA have. Just off of Caitlin Clark being there. You know, you got Angel Reese, the rivalry. Just like nobody's going to be checking for Team USA besides what Chris just mentioned in regards of the All-Star game. Other than that, you can forget about it. I'm telling you that with a straight face, straight facts. So at the end of the day, the same way NBA from the men's basketball league capitalized off of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, why they put them on everything they can put them in. Why you guys are not doing the same, I don't know. Maybe they need a man maybe they need someone from the franchise in the men's league to help bring more perspective for the WNBA to even be greater from a business perspective. Because right now, I don't know. The facts are the facts, and they're not sticking to the facts. It seems like everything is personal. And with business, there can't be personal. That's not no good interpersonal communication, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Because of the level of competition. And we are going to experience adversity in this game. And I think just like the Belgium game, I don't think you can reach your greatest heights without experiencing adversity. You have to go through that first. So this game, I think, is going to give us that because the level of talent that exists on both teams.
Last question, Coach. Second row center.
Reeve suggests that to understand the impact, one must consider factors beyond just the events of a specific day or game.
Barry Bloom from Sportico. How are you?
Good, Barry.
Good. As you've gone through all the tumult and everything and the media exposure, is there any second guessing here about not having Clark on the Olympic team?
From me? No.
From her. See, this is personal.
Go against her Team USA teammates and bust their living, you know what, because Asia Wilson is the truth, okay? She should be on their team because it might not be fair what they do to the WNBA players. She should be on that team, but that's just me. That's just me.
But, you know, just so thrilled with what we've been able to accomplish over the last year. This influx of interest, leading our league in sustainable growth, continue to chart this new path for women's professional sports. But, you know, all that said, to open the season, we have seen our highest attendance in 26 years, repeatedly.
26 years. Boy.
Viewership records. A lot of our teams are up triple digits in attendance, and we have 16 WNBA games this year that have averaged at least 1 million viewers, the most in any WNBA season in league history, and we're only a little over halfway through the season. Our app active users, you know, we need those young digital native viewers. Our app active users are up 530%. Our DTC League Pass product is up 360% in subscription. So again, couldn't be more pleased with the progress that's being made. And one metric I think is particularly telling is all-star voting, which compared to 2023 was up over 600%. Our fan growth is not just an increase in viewership, but is truly indicative of fan engagement. Our fans are engaged. They care a lot about what's going on with our players in the league. So
Yeah, I hope y'all listening.
merch sales just here at WNBA Live, I just got a report before I walked in the room, have already set an all-time record for.
Bro, what type of ad is this, bro? What the world?
sold out.
And I don't.
Answer, but she didn't take the sudden action. That's how you know it's straight hate. She just told on herself, and she just exposed herself.
It is a business. This would have meant so much for the ratings of the women's Olympic basketball.
Right. Bro, I don't have my business degree yet. I'll get it in 2025, bro. It don't take you to have it don't even take for you to have a business degree to understand this executive move makes sense.
All of it.
So a couple of things, Michelle. If you're USA Basketball and you feel pressure because the women are the best in the world, just like the men. I think they won 9 gold medals already. They've only lost 3 games ever. And you don't want to be that coach to get knocked out early, and maybe because you put somebody on there that isn't the top 12 in the world. So far, she's averaged 16 points a game as a pro.
You better just coaching a team on the roster somewhere. But not this decision. Nah, he
Says 5 rebounds, making 37% of her shots. Solid start. But remember, and you live this, but I was covering it too, UConn basketball. The best player in college basketball, Rebecca Lobo. She was never a dominant in the WNBA. Sometimes you reach your peak in college. She hasn't shown that she's among the best pros yet.
Are you saying her performance the other night with 30 points and 7 threes to tie a rookie record does not show that she's a promising pro? I don't buy it. I just don't. And again, you can sit her on the pine. You can have her the 12th person on your roster. People will still tune.
Exactly. Even if she's a backup, even if she rides the bench and comes off the bench here and there.
To see if she gets on that floor, to see if she gets to play. These women on the U.S. team are so dominant that you can win with almost any 12 that they decided to pick. So if you want the eyeballs that you say that you want, that you've been asking for decades, if you want the support, you want the...
That's how you know it's contradicting and hypocritical. Oh, women's sports don't get supported like men. You have the advantage, you have the leverage, you have the opportunity.
To this game that you say that you want, then you put the most popular, but not only because she's the most popular, Brian, she's one of the best players on the planet. You do not lose anything by putting her on this roster.
All right, I will say this. People have brought up this analogy. Christian Laettner was put on the dream team, even though he was the best player in college basketball. Shaq was left off of it. Alonzo Mourning was left off. They put Laettner on to develop him. They wanted to have a developing player to play with Jordan and Bird and Magic. A lot of people criticize that. That's what this would have been. Final thought?
Well, maybe it would have been that. I would contend that, men's basketball was already popular. You didn't need Christian Laettner. Women's game needs this woman.
There are reasons why Caitlin Clark is not able to join the USA team.
Why do you think she's been left off the team?
You're a rookie?
I'm working on that story, Don. I did report in my piece that's on usatoday.com out there, of course, now, that I have 2 sources, impeccable sources, who said that they had heard from various people that a concern was that if Caitlin was put on the team but only got a few minutes of playing time, which would be logical for a rookie on a great team that last lost in 1992, best, most dominant team in sports, what U.S. women's basketball team hasn't lost since 92. If she only got a little playing time, that all of her fans would be upset and would be...
Bro. Come on, bro. Most of the time, we already know in this game that rookies come off the bench. And if they on the Team USA or whatever the case may be. I feel like they're more furious because she's not on the team. Like, what, bro?
I guess what? Just storming the gates and on radio shows and on social media. I couldn't believe my ears that was a discussion
It just
topic
don't make sense.
in the meetings
Bull crap.
about the reaction to Caitlin Clark. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to get that pinned down, but those two sources are impeccable. And I'm trying to figure out what was going on. And is it a situation where we heard chilly comments, Dawn, from, as we talked about, Dawn, Diana Taurasi and Brianna Stewart at the women's Final Four? I asked Diana Taurasi's agent point blank, can you point me to anything positive she's ever said about Caitlin Clark? Never heard back. Gave the agent a week to reply. And
At Safelight.
Wow. Haters. I didn't know envy and hate was this deep, bruh. I didn't know envy and hate was this deep.
And both of those women are on the team. I'm not saying that anyone in particular.
I think they hating on the opportunities she getting that they never got, but she's not only getting opportunities for herself, but others too. All the women are benefiting, bro. Like, what is going on?
But as a journalist, it is my job to try to figure out what happened. This is a huge decision. It will continue to reverberate all the way to Paris. And as a journalist, as I said, I want to see what's going on. And could it be that jealousy, rancor, anger towards Caitlin Clark and all the money she's made? And obviously a white woman in a sport that is dominated by black women. Who knows? Something potentially is going on, and I'm going to try to get to the bottom of it.
So there is a range of opinions on this, and I suppose the beauty of this story is that everybody does have an opinion. So I'd like to read you a few thoughts from Jamel Hill. She's a contributing writer for The Atlantic. She said, quote, "People need to stop panicking and putting so much weight on every single decision. The WNBA is going to have Caitlin Clark for a long time. The league isn't going to fall off a cliff if she's not on the team. And every single decision can't be about placating the optics of a round one player." She went on, "Honestly, Caitlin Clark not being on this year's Olympics team is a good thing for her. In the span of a few weeks, she went from playing college ball to becoming a professional to having a grind of a schedule. A multi-week break probably isn't the worst thing in the world. She will eventually make an Olympic team." Christine, what do you think of that perspective?
USA Basketball had the option to select her for the team.
Jamel is a good friend, and I really respect her, and we've known each other for years. Obviously, the decision to take time off or not, which Caitlin will now have because she has that 4-week break, 3-4 week break, that's her decision to make. That's not USA Basketball.
Exactly. Let her make the decision. You don't speak for her and then just not give her the opportunity. Like, what?
Could have put her on the team, and she said, "No, I'm tired." It would never have happened, Don, but that's her call. So that's not what USA Basketball was deciding, obviously. And the bigger question and issue, I've covered the Olympics since 1984, and Jamel's been to one or two, but we know the power and the platform of the Olympic Games is unlike anything else in the world. Why did the NHL stop playing for all these various Olympics? Literally shut down its season to have all of its pros at the Winter Olympics. Why is the WNBA completely shuttering so that its 12 players can go and play in the Olympics? It's because of the forum and the opportunity to grow.
And the leverage. From a business perspective, it is optics, and they're trying to make it like it's not optics. Like, you sound hypocritical and contradicting once again. So this is going to cost Cheryl Reeve, and is this the truth? Comment down below you guys' opinion. I want to see you guys' insight and perspective on that No Family piece.